All right. A couple of years ago, I did a video talking about not cutting your equipment off after you've been running it 20 minutes at high RPM, max RPM. And I never didn't really explain. I think I did, but I'll give a little more detail because I was just explaining to my neighbor who I sold a weed eater to. And this is his weed eater from down the street, and it don't want to start. What happens is this: you have these fins here. You have these fins here, these channels that pull air in. It channels it here, and it comes through here, and it forces the air across these fins, and that's what's the air-cooled engine. Take it off. This is what's cooling the engine. This fan here, these fins here, is sucking the air in and blowing it over the engine. When you cut it off at maximum temperature, you have two different halves of the engine. This is a gasket in between right here. Two different halves, two different points from the fan. So when you cut it off, this cools at a different temperature, at a different rate. This cools at a different rate. So over time of cooling at different rates, from high temperature to just to room temperature, they cool at a different rate, and you'll get a crack in between here. That's why you see all this dirt. This is from oil. You'll get a crack in between here, and over time, the crack overcomes the 14.7 to 1 fuel ratio. All this oil right here shows you that you have a leak. There's a gasket there also. Where we at? Can we see it? All right, you have a gasket here also. These gaskets are what leak when you cut it off at maximum temperature, because these halves are cooling at different temperatures. All these three different halves. That's what causes you to have hard start or no start conditions. So that's why you have to sit it down and let it run for about maybe 2 minutes, depending upon how hot you think you got your engine. 2 minutes to 5 minutes. Just let it cool, that temperature, that air cool down, and you cut it off at a near room temperature, at idle temperature, so you don't have hard start problems and you don't have these leak problems. So that's why. Explained.